Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dad's Market Stats. Before we begin the video today, I just wanted to mention again that this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is not a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any assets whatsoever. Please do your own due diligence and research when choosing where to invest your money. So in today's video, I want to discuss more about covered calls. As you can see here, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, yes, we can see here covered calls. If we take a look at my options window here, I currently have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covered calls right now. And it looks like I'm in the positive in all of them, which is a good thing. The only one I'm in risk of completing the wheel with is this 2.5 call, $2.5 call that is going to expire May 3rd. Now, if I'm forced to sell my shares at $2.50, I'll still be making a gain because if we take a look at my Bitfarm stats, let's take a look at it real quick. You'll see that my average cost is $2.53. So it looks like I would be losing $3 for every 100 shares that I sell. But however, I did manage to sell these options for a premium, which means that I really would be making a gain. In total, and for the month of March and April, when I began using the wheel strategy and selling options, I believe I've made over $200. Now, take a look at my total return for the 1,200 shares that I own. As you can see, the number is fluctuating again. When I first showed this to you, it was around getting close to $900, being in the negative of $900. But we can see now we're in the negative of $600 because the price of Bitfarms today is at $2 when it was at $1.80 before. So it keeps going up. Once it gets to $2.53, I'll be breaking even. And if it goes over that, I'll be making a profit. So if I sell my 200 shares, if I'm forced to sell my 200 shares because of the call option, then I'll still be making a gain. Very good. And so we see now, we take a look at this last month, we could take a look at where Bitfarms bottomed out. It bottomed out at around $1.69. And if we take a look at my stats, we'll also see where I bottomed out. I bottomed out at around $2,390. So now we can see the wheel is starting to pick up, starting to go back up. So it looks like this strategy is working out now. Very good. So how do you decide which call options to sell? Well, there's gonna be three things that you take into consideration when you decide which call options to sell. So first thing you want to take into consideration, probably the most important one, is your dollar cost average. Since my dollar cost average is $2.53, I'll be comfortable selling them at $2.50, but I really would hope to sell them for more, possibly $3, $3.50, maybe even $4. So why do I believe it's going to go up that high? Because if you look at Bitfarms, if you look at its 52-week high, let's take a look at the 52-week high of Bitfarms. And we'll see what is the highest it was trading at within this year. It was trading at the highest, it was trading at $3.91. So it's very possible for it to go back up to $3.91 and maybe even pass it. But also, a third thing that I want to take into consideration is what was the all-time high for Bitfarms stock. So I did a Google search. What was Bitfarms all-time high? And let's take a look at what it says there. So we see here these two websites, Macro Trends and the other website, Stat News. Both of them agree that the all-time high for Bitfarms was $8.87 back in November 9th, 2021. That was during the last halving cycle at its peak. The halving happened on 2020, and it reached its peak in 2021, so the following year. So I believe that Bitfarms could easily go back to its all-time high next year or even surpass it. So my goal is to hold on to these 100 shares. I don't want to complete the wheel strategy until sometime next year when it reaches or goes past its all-time high. That's what I'm hoping for. But until then, I'm going to continue selling calls. So the $2.50 call is really the biggest risk that I've taken so far. I'm not going to do that anymore. From now on, I'm going to be looking for call options that are $3 or above, selling calls. So as we can see, the call that is expiring this week, there's nobody really buying the 250 or the $3 call options. They're only buying the $2 call options, which I'm not planning to sell. So we're going to skip this week. Let's go back to May 17th. As we can see, May 17th, I already sold two of the $3 call options. So that was good. It lost all of its value already. I sold them for $5 each. So I got $10 from this, from selling these call options. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to take the risk of selling my shares for $2.50 anymore. So I'm going to stop selling covered calls expiring this week. But why has this week been one of the weeks that I've looked at options to try and sell? Like when I sell put options, I'm going to look at this week again to sell a put option. But why is that week a good week to sell options on? Because there's more interest going into the stock this week. There's more premiums being paid on the week of May 17th. And why is that? Well, the main reason is because the earnings report for Bitfarms is going to come out on May 13th, which is the week of May 17th, the week that ends on May 17th. So there's a lot more interest riding on these options being sold on the week of May 17th. As we can see here, Wall Street expects Bitfarms to be at a negative 3 cents earnings per share. However, remember, they weren't taking into consideration all of the transaction fees that Bitfarms was earning revenue on because of mining these blocks. So I believe, as well as many other people that invest in Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners, believe that Bitfarms is actually going to be profitable during this quarter one for the year 2024. So I believe it's going to beat estimates. So we'll find out if that happens on May 17th. So it's possible that it will. And hopefully I'm still able to hold on to my shares after that time. So this is how you decide what covered calls to sell. Very good. So if you take a look at my buying power here, this is how you know that you're getting paid for the options that you sell. On my last video, I had $40.78 here in my buying power. But since I sold these two $3 calls for $10 each, you can see now I have an extra $10 here. Now I have $50.68. So that means that these two options that I sold, it cost me 10 cents. That was the fee, the transaction fee that they charged me, 5 cents per contract. So I made $10 and I was charged 10 cents. So that's how you're gonna know if you got paid on your options that you sell. So keep that in mind. So that's how you're gonna know that you're getting paid for your options. Let me know if you have any questions, friends. You can find me on YouTube like you're doing now. You can also find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Dad's Market Stats. If you have any questions, you can follow me there and you can post your questions there, or you can post your questions on the comments below. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Share this channel if you learned something from it, if you're learning something from it. Share this channel with your friends, your neighbors, your families, your coworkers, anyone who you think will benefit from this information. And we're going to see if I'm able to recover all of the losses that I had this year. So it looks like it's possible, right? Because this is where I bottomed out around here, and I've been going up since then. So stay tuned for that. So as I said, friends, on my next video, I'm going to discuss the put option that I'll be selling this week. We'll probably look at May 17th again to decide what put option to sell. And I'm going to be investing $300 again. It's $300 a week. So we'll see what I decide to sell on the next video. Again, friends, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.